Going on, Jerome's. So, of course, we know the superstars and live large, big house, 5 cars, blah, 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 on the Minnesota Vikings, the Jeffersons, the TJ Hawkinsons, the Jonathan Grenards, the Harrison Smiths, etc. We know all the big, flashy names, but, of course, it's not just a couple guys, right? It's the old Joe Cap adage, 40 for 60. Back when, can you imagine when they used to have 40 men on the roster? Crazy time. Plus, they played 6 preseason games. Got here. Anyways, but there's a lot of Vikings on this rooster who have been doing the dirty work, unsung heroes, and frankly have had career years. So wanted to give them a little shout out and show some love to real American heroes, guys who do the dirty work. Right. So first up, Byron Murphy Jr. Yes, not the rookie, not the other one. Yeah, but Murph in the second year of his 2-year deal, coming over as a free agent from the Cardinals, former second-round pick out of Washington, go Huskies. Murph has had a career year, quietly. And I understand, the big play, it happens from time to time, especially, last year. But Murph has really buckled down, and he's playing some great ball. 4 interceptions this season so far, tied for the NFL lead for cornerbacks. And also, like he says, he's got his eye set on 10. Go get 10, man. Go get 10 picks. I feel like if Murph gets 10 picks, he might be Defensive Player of the Year, because that's usually how it works. Whoever has the most sacks or the most picks. That's what happens, man. But 79.4 quarterback rating when thrown at, which is a career low for number 7. PFF grade of 71.4 is a career high. Also, only 2 touchdowns allowed in coverage thus far. Had 6 last season, and he's balling out, man. And as Flores talks about, Murph after practice every single day, works on his ball skills, and it's exactly what the Vikings defense needs, and something that they emphasize, taking the ball away. And thank heaven for number 7. He's going to be a major part of that defense moving forward. Next up, speaking of a major part of the defense, and speaking of guys who do the dirty work, so this could be Harrison Phillips, this could be Jerry Tillery, this could be Jonathan Bullard. The 3 Norsemen up front have been great in stopping the run. The Vikings are number 3 in the league right now, at only allowing 3.6 yards per carry on the ground, and all 3 have been great, but Phillips has definitely been earning his extension, man. And he is the epitome of class, great in the community. He's a great teammate, great leader. He's everything that you want in a Viking. And Phillips has been doing it this year, man. 30 tackles, 11 pressures, 2 sacks, which is approaching a career high. He had 3 last season. And he's getting after the quarterback more. And also 2 passes broken up, getting his hands up at the line of scrimmage. Has a forced fumble recovery, which is great against the Jaguars. Really swung the momentum back in the Vikings' direction. And Phillips, I mean, he's been rock solid, man. And even though we've complained ad nauseum, because that's what we do here, is like, he's not a true nose tackle. He's faring pretty well. He's doing the damn thing. Now, I wouldn't be mad if the Vikings still found themselves a 340-pound mountain of a man on the inside, and then Phillips can play everywhere else along the D-line, because he has that versatility, the pride of Stanford / Omaha. But it's all right. Harrison Phillips still doing some good work. Next up, number 3, Brian ONeal. Brian, the real deal ONeal. You can make a very good case that ONeal is playing at a Pro Bowl level, maybe even all-pro level, and is approaching one of the best right tackles in the game. And ONeal, elder statesman along that offensive line, team captain, 83.1 PFF grade this season, 4th amongst all right tackles, and 9 pressures, 1 sack allowed this season. And he's been instrumental in the run game. And on that right side of that line, Ed Ingram's sort of been hot and cold, but ONeal has been an absolute stud. And you'll find that sometimes where if a guard is not performing well on that side, like the tackle will suffer by proxy. But no, like ONeal is standing tall on that side. He's setting the edge great. He's on that side. Aaron Jones has been sprung for a number of big-time runs, and 7-5 is feeling alive, looking really, really damn good out there on the other side. And once Darisaw gets back, I mean, the Vikings do have elite Pro Bowl caliber, all-pro caliber bookends along the offensive line. Next, speaking of mountain of men, Josh frickin' Oliver, who, by the way, is like the largest human being on planet Earth. Like, people don't realize it. Like, he's listed at 6'5", baloney. But Josh Oliver, who, you remember, like 2 off seasons ago, Vikings fans were confused, like, huh? 3 years, $21 million for a blocking tight end? Yes, he is still the best blocking tight end in the National Football League, but also he's emerging as a receiving threat. Also, a lot of his numbers have come with Hawkinson on the field. I love how the Vikings are attacking defenses with 12 personnel, having Hockenson and 8-4 on the field at the same time, but projected to have career highs in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. Currently has 16, 182, and 3 touchdowns, which is a career high, on 19 targets, 11.4 yards per catch, which is also a career high. And he's been a threat, man. Like, he has been that tertiary read, that safety valve option, and Darnold has found him, right? And as long as this whole Justin Jefferson cover 2 split safety thing goes forward, Oliver, Hockenson underneath, that's going to be huge. It's going to be very, very important. And what's funny is that, so coming out of San Jose State, a 3rd-round pick back in the day by the Jaguars originally. So, yeah, last week was a revenge game for him, too, before he ended up with the Ravens. Like, he was seen as a receiving tight end. Physical freak, super freaky, super freaky, huge catch radius and soft hands. Like, he was seen as a receiving tight end, turned himself into one of the best blocking tight ends in the game, but he still has those chops, man, and you're really starting to see that, and it's really great what he's doing on offense as tight end, too. Lastly, Jihad Ward. I love Jihad Ward so much, man, and you look at Flores' press conferences, which we've watched every single one of them. Like, he is always effusive with his praise with Jihad Ward. And you would say, like, okay, Jihad is a rotational player on that defense. Like, how big of impact can he have? It's big. And you know, people look at the box scores like, oh, he's got 3 tackles and 1 sack. Like, how much of an impact does he have? Huge. Monstrous. So he's only playing 34.5% of the snaps, but he's 3rd on the team in pressures with 18, behind Grenard, AVG, and Jihad Ward. You wouldn't expect that, especially considering he only plays on passing downs for the most part. Also, he's 1st on the team with 9 quarterback hits, which is almost double number 2, and Grenard has 5. So he brings the pain, man. And no matter where he lines up, that's what's great about him. When the Vikings go sub-package on passing downs, Jihad Ward can be as a 3-tech, a 4-tech, a 5-tech, a 1-tech, whatever tech. Like, he's lined up all over the place, and he just has a nose for getting after that ass of the quarterback. And, I mean, we do say that there's a bit of puck luck with sacks. Like, Jihad Ward could easily have 7 sacks. Right, and sometimes that's how the ball bounces. But look at the pressure rate, looking at the quarterback hits, and he's just consistently getting after things. And you understand why Flores loves and adores the versatility of 5'2". But that's it. 5 unsung Vikings who are doing the damn thing and really helping prop up this team on the 7-2 run, and going to need them to continue their high caliber play and career seasons going forward. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You guys know what to do. Skull production value.